Tell you for my, who be for my baby. They all are, they all are. They all not no love you like ah. They she tell you for my way. If a man don't love you like me, yeah, they all lie. You be there. Let me see your day now. I just protect you. She tell you for my hey. Every other give you. All right, now everyone, welcome to GTS Gfem Talk Show. I'm still your host, Dr. Femi, and this is Pandemic Relationship Coaching. As I've promised you, we are going to be having this coaching teaching. Oh, okay now. Okay now. All right now. All right now. I know you guys want to keep it grooving. You want to keep it rocking. All right. Maybe we're still going to have some time for more music. But before we get in there, as I was telling you, every every Thursday now from 8 p.m., we are going to be having this pandemic relationship coaching. And we am going to be sharing a lot about relationship, and I'm also going to be bringing some seasoned subject matter experts on relationship to give us some nuggets and vital information to help our relationship journey. Because one of the things that I've seen in this COVID-19 has brought couples together, has kind of forced us to be in the same environment, breathe the same air. However, we are getting tired of each other. You guys can admit you're getting tired of seeing your partner, okay? Not that you've not been waking up next to your partner before, but now it's like you wake up next to your partner and share the same bathroom, walk in the same space. You are even probably feeling like the house is small now because you are seeing your partner every day. And you guys don't probably even have anything to share anymore with each other. So the relationship is getting boring, it's becoming stale, and it needs to be revived. It needs to be revived. There are so many topics we can talk about. However, I want us to stay focused and talk about how can you revive your relationship. And what I'm going to share with you is not just for those that are married, even those that are dating as well. Because when you are dating prior to this COVID-19, prior to everybody being locked in, You probably see that person. You guys have gone on dates maybe few times, and you've probably had some type of physical interaction and physical connection, and you've established that physical chemistry. But now that everybody got to stay home, you are forced to stay home. The only thing left is for you guys to have conversation. And you speak today, you speak tomorrow, you speak the following day. But then you are realizing that the next time you are talking to this person on the phone, they are easily telling you that they have to get off the phone, they have to do something else. The first time it happened, second time it happened, the third time it happened. Now you are seeing the pattern that there must be something else happening. For this person, within 5, 10 minutes, they want to get off the phone because you are realizing that there is nothing you guys are having in common anymore. The conversation is becoming boring. You don't have anything to talk about that is substantial. But now is the time to actually establish a true relationship and a true connection that can hold you guys together. You need to have something that you can have that your relationship can rest on, and that friendship is what it is. And by having friendship, it comes from having a lot of dialogue, comes from having a lot of communication, getting to know each other. So I'm going to be sharing with you what can you do to get to know each other. The physical aspect is good, okay? Even as couple, the only or one of the ways that we've been able to build our communication or build our chemistry is going out, having these special dates, which is good. But beyond that, what else can you do? Either you are dating or you are married. Is having this communication. But then you could tell me like, oh, Dr. Femi, yes, my partner and I, we talk every day. But now it's like I don't even want to talk to her anymore. I don't even want to talk to him anymore. We don't even have anything to talk about. It's because you've not explored the different areas of your life, your relationship that you can really talk about. So what I have done is I've created about 5 different areas of your life, of your relationship that you can actually talk about. And these conversations, trust me, these areas, once you begin to have them, it will definitely bring you and your partner closer together. It will make you guys be stronger partner. And you will also discover some things about your partner and likewise as well, and also about your relationship. And this information that you or knowledge that you will begin to uncover from your partner due to these areas of relationship that I'm going to bring about to you in a moment, you will realize that once you get those information, it will help you uh, to know your partner better and also to implement in that relationship so that it will help you guys to grow better. The key is to grow better, to understand each other better, and not getting bored in this relationship. Not getting bored. We don't know how long this COVID-19 is going to stay for. So you need to start having communication. And once you start having that dialogue, that healthy communication, trust me, that is healthy, that is not toxic, you will love being in each other's space. As a matter of fact, this time is like your honeymoon all over again. Okay, if you're already married and you went for honeymoon, this is going to be honeymoon all over again. And we don't want this honeymoon to get boring. All right, so let me share the areas that have broken this thing down. The areas that have broken this thing down. So we have relationship, we have intimacy, we have life, we have past, and then we have random questions. Okay, so in these 5 areas there are questions that are already developed that you can share with your partner, that you can ask your partner, and vice versa. And please, some questions might be sensitive, some questions might unearth some deep-seated emotions, but I would want to encourage you that do not judge your partner, whatever their response is. This is the time to listen and to understand them. Folks that are joining me on Instagram, please join back because now I have 13 seconds left on this Instagram live. So please, I'm going to do live again. So join me once I do live again in about 5 seconds. All right. So make sure you join back once I do live again by 5 seconds. All right. Let me just go live again on Instagram for my folks. All right. Let's go live again, my people. So once again, we got 5 different areas that you should be talking about, that you should be addressing in your relationship and with your partner. And trust me, this will help you guys a lot. It will, as a matter of fact, invite your partner to your mind to understand what is going on in my partner's mind, and vice versa as well. And once you can find out all those information, you will feel like, wow, I know my partner better, and my partner knows me better. Because at the end of this quarantine, you want to say, wow, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about my partner. I learned a lot about my relationship. Our relationship is now stronger. We understand each other better. We're able to overcome issues that we didn't have time to overcome before, because everybody was just busy with the hustle and bustle of life. So now let me get to this for you. So let's talk about relationship. Okay, this is one area, and this is a question that you can ask your partner. You can ask each other. And please, guys, do yourself a favor. Get a pen and a paper and write these questions down. Get a pen and a paper and write these questions down, because you need them. It's something that as a matter of fact, you can use tonight before you and your partner go to sleep and talk about. Now, we are talking about the area of relationship right now. What have been or remain to be the biggest point of contention in our relationship? What's going on? Okay. All right. So the question is, what have been or remain to be the biggest point of contention, in our relationship? What have been or remain to be the biggest point of contention in our relationship? And how should we be working on it? So that is one question that you can ask in the area of relationship with your partner. Please take a pen. For those that are just joining me on Instagram and also Facebook, take a pen and a paper and write these questions down. You need to have a dialogue of this with your partner. What have been or remain to be the biggest points of contention in our relationship, and how should we be working on it? So that's one question in this area of relationship. Another question. Once again, some of these questions, whew, can bring a lot of emotions, all right? So please, this is not the time to judge your partner based on what they say. Don't get mad at it. This will just allow you guys to reason and rationalize about what the answer is. But trust me, if you are able to handle this conversation in an healthy way, your relationship is going to come out stronger. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Another question is, if our relationship ended tomorrow, I pray it doesn't happen. But if our relationship ended tomorrow, what three things would you miss the most? If our relationship ended tomorrow, what three things would you miss the most? That's an important question to ask, because now that can help you to understand what your partner likes about the relationship. Maybe your partner doesn't like the relationship. Maybe your partner doesn't like being in this relationship. Maybe your partner is tired of being in this relationship. The answer will let you understand your partner and understand the state of your relationship. This can also help your partner to understand or to discover that, hey, there are also some good things about this relationship that I've never thought about. See, these are the questions that will force you to think, that will force you to evaluate your relationship. So if our relationship ended tomorrow, what three things would you miss the most? And I know I'm a spiritual people. You don't want to ask such questions, okay? It's not saying that you are praying for your relationship to die or to fall off, but it's an important question that can help you to understand the state of your relationship and the state of your partner's mind and how they value the relationship. And if there is something that they actually find tangible in this relationship. So it's important to ask that question. And guys, listen, if you have any question regarding this, let me know, all right? If you have any question regarding this, let me know. All right, another one is, how do we work well together and balance each other out? Ooh, I love this one. How do we work well together and balance each other out? I love this question, because this allows you to see if you guys are actually having that work-life balance in your relationship. especially during this time. Because I can tell you, because of the COVID-19, I mean, if you guys have children that are in school, you know that now they are doing school from home, homeschooling, which something that they were not doing before. And what happens to your schedule, to your partner's schedule, or to your schedule is your schedule has now been hijacked. If you have your normal 9 to 5, now it becomes hard to have a normal 9 to 5 because you still got to do the schoolwork for your children and you got to send that assignment back to their teacher. So it makes it hard. And if you are married, now you and your partner got to sit down and talk about your schedule. Okay, who is going to spend time taking care of the children, helping them with their schoolwork? Or maybe somebody has to now change their work schedule and work way early. And that is if the company that they are working for is going to allow that. But understanding this will help you guys to know how well you guys work together. There's something that I discovered with my wife, and just to share that with you, with this COVID-19 that has really helped us and helped us to kind of realize that. So my wife, she's an early morning person. So she wakes up real early in the morning, maybe as early as 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning. She takes care of the house, clean, and then she wakes the children up. She wakes the children up. She feeds them breakfast. I I don't like waking up that early in the morning. Okay, so hear this. I work for myself, so I'm living my life right now. I want to live the life that I've always dreamt about. And I remember many years ago, I was telling a coworker of mine. I said, "Do you know the kind of life that I want to live? Like, I want to wake up. If I wake up early in the morning, maybe as early as 6 o'clock, I want to just eat breakfast and go back to sleep, and then wake up again maybe around 12 o'clock, and then I can now go on and do whatever I want to do. And I'm getting to live that life right now. I'm living life on my own terms. So I don't like waking up early in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I don't. I'm not that fully active. I'm not that fully productive in the morning. Like, I'm good from late afternoon to evening. Like, I can work till 2 a.m. in the morning, or even till 3 a.m. in the morning, because I am most at alert at that point in time. So I'm not a morning person. So, but my wife, she's the opposite. So she wakes up in the morning, early in the morning, takes care of the children, feed them, and then I think I get up by 9 o'clock or so. So 9 o'clock, I do my routine. I pray. Um, Thank God, I read my Bible, and at the same time do a little bit of workout. So by 10 o'clock, I'm already downstairs with the children. Getting downstairs with the children now is my shift. So I pick up the shift from my wife from 10 o'clock. Now she goes to do her own work. So from 10 o'clock till about 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. sometimes, then I work with the kids, do their schoolwork together. We do our assignments together. And at that point in time, most of the time, I don't get to do my own thing. So I just kind of focus, spend 90% or 100% of my attention with them, making sure the homework and everything is done. And then after 4 o'clock, then I get to focus on me time. I get to do my own personal work. And then by 6 o'clock, my wife is already done with work. And then, she makes dinner. We eat food together. And then from 7 o'clock, then I go to do my work again. So most of what I do starts from 4 p.m. up until, maybe like 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. or so. So I work in the evening from 4 to like 10 p.m. or 11, and sometimes 2 a.m. in the morning. So that is how I roll. But talking to my wife has made us to understand that this is the balance. This is how we're able to strike balance. She does stuff in the morning with the kids. I pick it up in the afternoon. I mean, in the late morning till early afternoon, and then we come together as a family for dinner. And after dinner, I go back into doing my work, because that is when I'm mostly energized and I'm mostly productive. So that is how we are able to balance that. So again, the question is that you and your partner can talk about is, how do we work well together and balance each other out? Very good. All right. Another one is, what triggers you during an argument? What triggers you during an argument? One of the challenges that we have in relationship is communication. And while communication is we don't understand each other. A girl called me a client of mine called me for a coaching. She is based in Germany. So she called me today to get coaching. And she's on the phase of getting married with her partner. They've known each other for 10 years. And they were about to do counseling with me. And she was telling me that what she's going through is communication issue with her fiance. And I asked her to elaborate a little bit. So she was saying that the guy is always silent while they are talking, like the guy doesn't want to say anything. So she does not know how to go about that and why he is silent. So anyway, she wants advice in that arena. So in your relationship, maybe your partner is not silent. Maybe your partner is as talkative as you. Maybe your partner is always, sharing the same number of words that you are using. Maybe your partner gets mad easily. And you need to find out why they are getting mad. People just don't get mad. Say, I don't get me wrong. Some people have anger issue. That's understandable. I get that. But there is something that triggers them to get mad and to go in rage. So it could be the way you talk to them. It could be the way you are asking questions that they feel like, oh, have I done something wrong in this relationship? Where did I go wrong? And those are the things that you need to work with a seasoned coach like me to help you find out and identify where the issue is going wrong and what you are saying that is becoming a trigger for that person to go rage. Okay. And there are ways to also work on the person who has anger issue or who always gets angry. There are other things to do about that. But that is not what we are talking about today. Okay. I don't want to go in depth and give you all those information. So if you need that, maybe we'll talk about that in the future episode of pandemic relationship coaching. But I just want to share with you some of the questions that you need to be talking about with your partner. So if you're able to ask your partner what triggers you during an argument, you'll be able to understand maybe there are key words you are using that is just wrong, that makes them feel a certain way, that makes them think a certain way. So that's a tip right there. Now, another one is what have been or remain to be. Oh, actually, we've already talked about that. So I've already covered 4 questions under under relationship. I've covered 4 questions under relationship, under the area of relationship that you can talk about. Now, I'm speaking to you guys on how to revive your relationship, just in case your conversation is getting boring. Here are things that to talk about. You guys have been locked in for weeks now. You feel like you don't even want to see your partner again, okay? Because you guys are breathing the same space and you don't have anything to talk about. You feel like your relationship is boring and you're starting to see some bad habits about your partner that you've not paid attention to all this while. So this will definitely help you. And those that are dating as well, here are some conversations that you need to have with your date. Now that you guys can see each other, you cannot build that physical connection. Now you need to build this mental connection and to have a lot of things to talk about because it will make you guys to be stronger together. All right, another area of questions that you need to talk about with your partner is life. Okay, life. Again, if you don't have pen and paper, go and get that. Go and get that. You need to write these questions down and you can start implementing them tonight with your partner before you go to bed. Ask one question or two. It will help you guys. Okay, it will help you guys. All right, so another area, this is the second area to talk about. And folks, if you are joining, please share this video, share this video, share this video, share this video on Facebook, share it, let it help somebody, let it bless somebody. All right, another area is life. Here's one question you can ask your partner and ask each other, okay? Always ask each other. Pastor Mike, thank you for joining. Abayomi 505, thank you for joining as well. Pastor Mike from, I believe that's Pastor Mike from Kenya. What's your biggest pet peeve? What's your biggest pet peeve? What's your biggest pet peeve? That's a good question to ask your partner. What's your biggest pet peeve? Another question is, with kids, do you want to work part-time, full-time, or be a stay-at-home parent? Okay. Do you want, with kids, do you want to work part-time, full-time, or be a stay-at-home Parents, that's a good question to ask during this time, because now that everybody is locked at home with the children, okay, who is taking care of the children, or who wants to take care of the children? Man, I'm telling you, these kids, whew, they will drive you nuts. They're always asking for this, asking for that. They want to eat food every 2 seconds. As a matter of fact, these kids may make you feel like you have an anger problem during this time. So with kids, do you want to work part-time, full-time, or be a stay-home parent? So this is something that can help you guys know, especially with this situation, will help you know who wants to do this. Maybe there is something that you've been thinking about, that you want to be a part-time, that you want to work part-time so that you can have more time with the kids, you can have more time with the children. Whatever it is, share it with your partner. Think about it. It's very important to have this communication. And some people said, why should you work part-time, or why should you be a stay-home person? I mean, there are so many reasons why you should be a stay-home, but I always encourage people work. The reason why I encourage people to work is that you don't want all the responsibilities to be on one person. You don't want all the financial responsibilities to be on one person unless they can really do it. But then what if the person dies tomorrow? Okay, what if the person dies tomorrow? Then what is going to happen to you? And now you've lost that years, maybe 5, 10 years or 15 years, God forbid, of not working, of not having professional experience. So what are you going to fall back to? So it's important for husband and wife to at least have an experience working. But there are some certain cases where you cannot do that. So and I totally understand that. Maybe for an example, the money you make is the same amount of money that you probably have paid babysitter. Okay, so that means there is not that financial benefit to you working, because that money is almost the same thing as paying babysitter when you are at work. So why can't you just scale back and say, okay, we are just wasting money? How about I scale back and spend time with the children and take care of the children? Okay, so that might be your reason. Okay, but I don't want to call something a spade or say, this is the one way to do it, because there are so many circumstances, there are so many situations beyond what I could explain that you might be going through that may make you to make a decision of either a part-time worker or you want to be a stay-home dad or stay-home mom. All right, so that's a question to ask your partner on life. Another question is, what holiday traditions are important to you that you would like us to keep going into the future? What holiday traditions are important to you that you are like us to keep going to the future? So maybe you like Christmas. Maybe it's Thanksgiving that you love. Okay, you guys discuss about that. Discuss about that kind of holiday. Discuss what you like about that holiday. This might be something that your partner does not even know that you really love this particular holiday. They don't know why it means so much to you. So this is conversation you can have. This is one question you can have in your relationship. Okay, so your relationship doesn't have to be like you have nothing to talk about, you have nothing to discuss. These are great questions to have dialogue about. They will make you smile, they may make you enjoy each other, they may make you even think back and challenge you to go into those places that you've never have gone to mentally, if not for those kind of questions. All right, let me see. How important are anniversaries, birthdays, and holidays to you? And describe if and how you are like to celebrate it. How important are anniversaries, birthday, and holidays to you? Maybe, the birthdays may not be important to the person. They may not be that important to your partner. And you've been celebrating your partner's birthday every year. And now, now it will allow you to know if your partner really appreciates you celebrating the birthday or not. You see, that's why it's important to have these kind of questions, because it helps you to know what your partner likes and what your partner dislikes. It helps you guys to understand each other, things that you've never known about your partner before. These kind of questions will help you to uncover them. So how important are anniversaries, birthdays, and holidays to you? Describe if and how you like to celebrate them. My pastor Aigbe, I see you, sir. Thank you for joining, sir. I appreciate you so much. Another question is, what's currently keeping you up at night or causing you stress? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, get your partner on right now. We are having great dialogue, okay? I'm giving you some questions to discuss. So as I'm giving you these questions, you can also be talking that with your partner as well. Or if you are dating, make that phone call. Get that person on this line right now, live on Instagram or Facebook. Let's have this dialogue. What's currently keeping you up at night or causing you stress? Do you know there are some things that keep us, men and also women, up at night that your partner has no clue about? What you've been thinking about all day, weeks, months, years, that you have not shared with your partner because your partner has not asked you such question. And your partner may just even be tired and just be negligent and not being observant and watching your mood. You know, there's some people in a relationship that they cannot recognize your mood. They don't recognize, okay, if this person is happy or if this person is sad. They don't know, how your day has gone. They don't know what is happening emotionally with you, things that you are bottling up. Okay. So this kind of question will help you to unseat that, to uncover that. It will invite you to your partner's world. That's what it is. It will invite you to your partner's world to understand their thinking. The point of being in a relationship with somebody at the end of the day is to say that I know this person. Imagine you having friendship with somebody. The reason why you can say, I know that person is because you spend enough time together. And now you can say that word. So now you're going to spend, I don't want to say eternity because there's no eternity on earth. Now you're going to spend many years with this person. Wouldn't you want to be able to say, wow, I know my partner better than anybody else? Nobody else should be able to be entitled to such word, to say they know this person better than you, that they know your partner better than you. And these questions will help you to know your partner better and vice versa as well. So what's currently keeping you up at night or causing you stress? Then they can share that with you. And you guys can dialogue that together. You guys can discuss how you're going to overcome that. That is an important question. All right. All right. I like this one. Okay. This is something that will make you guys have fun. What's the craziest thing you've ever done and will you do it again? What is the craziest thing that you've ever done and will you do it again? My wife and I were having this conversation actually, and I asked her what is the craziest thing that she's ever done. I'm not going to discuss that. I'm not going to disclose that, all right? And she asked me the same question, and I'm not going to tell you that, all right? That is between my wife and I. So you and your partner discuss this. What is the craziest thing you've ever done and would you do it again? Okay, it's important to have this kind of dialogue. And please, when you're having this kind of conversation with your partner, or you guys are talking about it, please do not judge each other. Do not judge each other. Okay, it is a time to listen and to understand where they are coming from. Do not judge. And so I've discussed two areas that you can have dialogue with, and then I got three more areas to go with you. I got your past, I got random questions, and I got intimacy. Oh, it's gonna be hot. All right, don't go anywhere. More to come on Gfem Talk Show.
Yes. Funny friend. Well, my friend, brother Shad. Yes. He's my friend from high school, my secondary school. Hello, Shaggy. Alpha Natani. I didn't only want to be a billionaire. I beg help me. I say I need your help right now. Beg. Okay. Listen to the question.
What is a group of tigers called?
All right now. Oh yes. Okay now. Uh-huh. Not at all. How many of you want to become billionaire? All right. I'm sure everybody wants to become a billionaire. That is very important. I know we need money. Money, 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 money. Welcome back to GTS Gfem Talk Show. This is Pandemic Relationship Coaching by yours truly, Dr. Femi. Now that I've been talking to you how to rekindle your relationship, how to understand each other better, how to know each other better. That is the main topic for today. For those that are in a relationship or those that are dating, these are some questions that you need to be asking your partner to be and your partner that you currently have. I've kind of broken down 5 areas of topics that you need to be talking about, and there are questions in each area, in each category that you can bring up with your partner. You can even start tonight. And by asking those questions, you will get to understand your partner better and vice versa. And you guys will have a stronger relationship. I've spoken to you about relationship. That's an area. And I've asked you about a few questions over there. And also, we've talked about life as well and some questions in that area. But now let's go into what I love, intimacy. Ooh, come on now. Let's talk about intimacy. All right, for anybody that is under 18 here, please leave this broadcast. Leave this broadcast if you're under 18, all right? If you're not grown enough, leave this broadcast right now because I'm about to talk about intimacy. This is PG 18. Let's get to it. There's one question that you can ask your partner because I know sometimes, whew, intimacy, sex, it's one of those sensitive area in relationship, and it's what we're supposed to be enjoying the most about relationship. Okay, I think statistics says that we should be having sex at least 4 to 5 times a week. Now, if I were to ask you how many times you guys have sex in your relationship, okay, all right. Well, that's the question you can ask your partner, or you guys can think about. How many times do you guys do it every week? Is it 4 times, or is it 1 time, or is it 0 time? Well, if it's less than 4, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right. So keep that numbers up. Okay. All right. But that's just by the way. But here's the question for you. Describe something that turns you on which you haven't shared with me. Ooh, I like that. Describe something that turns you on which you have not shared with me. Because sometimes we don't share what we actually like. You see, maybe next week I will share this. There's this topic that I've been trying to share, and I call it the what and how syndrome that affect relationship. The what and how syndrome that affect relationships. So maybe I will probably share that next week with you. But just to give you a little bit of this, sometimes we know what we want, but we don't know how to get it. I want something, but I don't know how to get it. And sometimes you don't even know what you want in relationship, in the area of sex. You don't know what you want, but you know that if your partner does something, of course, it will touch the spot. It will make you feel certain way, but you don't know what your partner needs to do, and you don't know how your partner needs to do it to help get you there. All right. So that is a what and how, and I'll discuss that, sometimes next week. May God allows me to think about that and share that with you, expand on it a little bit. But describing what turns you on, it's something that we should have a dialogue about. We should be able to be open or have an open communication when it comes to sex. You should have an open communication when it comes to sex. This is not an area where you become mute or where you become quiet about. You have to express how you want your partner to touch you. You have to express what you want your partner to do. And some of the tricks, okay, and don't think that your partner should know. So here is the problem. We think our partner should automatically know what they need to do to get you there, to feel certain way, to turn you on. How do you expect your partner to know how to turn you on? I mean, wait a minute. Did they go to school for that? Have they experienced that before? Maybe they've had so many relationships and then they've practiced doing that. Maybe. But what makes you think, that your partner knows how to turn you on, and you have that this must, it's an automatic thing that your mind thinks about, that you should know how to get me there, how to get me to climax, how to make me to come. It's not something that they've read about. So don't put too much pressure on your partner if you have not discussed that with them. And some of you are frustrated at the end of the night. You're frustrated at the end of the period because your partner did not take you there, but you've not talked about it, because in your mind, you're thinking that they should know what to do. But what gives you that assurance? And what makes you think you are doing what you are supposed to do, or what your partner expects you to do? Oh, my brother Lee J says 3.5 times a week. Wait, wait a minute. Are you saying you have sex 3.5 times a week with your partner? Is that what you're saying, my brother? Let me know. Expand on that. Or you saying that 3.5 times a week is a good amount of time to have sex? Let me know what you are thinking. What do you guys think? How many times a week should we be having sex with our partner? How many times a week do you think is healthy enough? How many times a week do you think is healthy enough? Let me hear your thoughts on that. But so we shouldn't be thinking or have that automatic assumption that our partner should know what we should do, or how they should, touch us or make us to feel in bed, or have to turn us on. And let me just give a tip for men out here, because I know a lot of ladies complain about men not doing the right thing. Men, we got to understand that women are different creatures, in the sense that it takes them a long time to be in the mood. It takes them a long time to be in the mood. And I'm not going to generalize it to say that all women are like that, but majority of women, it takes them a long time to get in the mood. There is a concept where I love to say love deposit, or let me put it like sex deposit. And I love to use that terminology, compare it as an analogy for bank, right? If you go to the bank and you want to withdraw money, you can only withdraw what you've deposited. If you're trying to withdraw $100 and you don't have $100 in your account, no money is going to come from the ATM. It's the same concept with sex when it comes to women. You must have deposited something in them or with them over time, from throughout the entire day, from morning, afternoon, evening. You can't just say, okay, I'm just going to, start warming my wife up when they're about to get in bed. It may not happen, because their sexuality is connected to their emotions. Did you hear that? Their sexuality is connected to their emotions. So they need to be emotionally stable. They need to be emotionally happy to feel open to be able to have this engagement with you and this episode with you. So in the morning, when you wake up, you want to deposit something into your wife. You want to speak positive into her life. You want to say something nice to her, like, baby, you look beautiful. You are elegant. Beyonce ain't got nothing on you, girl. Let her feel good, okay? Romance her a little bit. Give her a kiss before you go out in the morning. During the day, give her a call. Hey, honey, I'm just calling to check up on you. I just call to say I love you. Okay? So when your partner picks up the call, that's what you should say. And then 10 minutes later, again, call her back and say, honey. And your partner is like, is everything okay? You say, I just call to say how much I care. Woo! Come on, somebody. Am I preaching? Am I talking to you? You know, and sometimes you might say, oh, I'm just too busy. Come on now. You're not too busy. You can't take 10 minutes from work. Don't you go on lunch break? You go on lunch break. So take 10 minutes, 15 minutes just to call your bae. Hey, baby, I'm just checking up on you. I'm not even going to ask you to cook dinner. That's not what I'm calling for. I just want to hear your beautiful voice. I just want to let you know that how much you mean to me. And I want to let you also know that you are beautiful. You are everything and more than everything I can ever imagine in my life. You are truly a gift and God sent to me. Just say those words to your wife. Say that all day. And then when you come home in the evening, maybe just buy her flowers. How much you going to spend? $10 on flowers? Just bring flowers and just, open the door and just surprise her with our flowers. Trust me on this. By the time you do that, oh my goodness, your wife is going to make you a delicious meal. The food that you've never had before. Banging soup. Listen, and by the time you're done with that soup, whoo, she would have made herself ready in the other room. Oh my goodness, she would have spread herself. And that lingerie, she would be looking all sexy and yummy and edible. You know what I'm talking about. Are you guys feeling me this evening? That is how a woman feels, right? So if you want to get a woman there, you want to be able to have that sexual connection and intimacy with your woman at night, in the evening, you must have deposited something there throughout the day. She needs to feel it. She needs to be emotionally there. And what are the things that, you can do to turn your partner on, okay? Kissing her on the neck. You need to find the spots on your partner, okay? Find spots on your partner. Kiss her on the neck, maybe play with her toes. There's some areas. I'm telling you, there's some areas, you have to explore. See, that's why you guys are partners. You got to explore those areas. All right? And they can tell you what turns them on, like this question. My sister Moyo, I see you, my sister. God bless you. Lindsay said, "Man hate flowers." Okay. So sister Moyo, you don't like flowers. What do you like? You like chocolate? What do you? Is it money? Is it money that you like? Okay. So you guys can discuss that. What turns your partner on? Okay, my partner, my wife and I, we share this, and I can't tell you what turns her on. All right, that's between my partner and I to know. All right, so that's a question. Another question is, what's your favorite sexual memory of us? Ooh, I like this one. What's your favorite sexual memory of us? You know why this is important? If they can tell you the favorite sexual memory of you guys together, then it can help you to reenact that. It can help you to recreate that. So you can go back to that again. You can recreate that again. You can plan that again. Because now they are telling you what they love the most. With you guys might be together for 5 years, 7, 8 years. Now they are telling you all this while you guys been having intimacy. This is their favorite one. This is their favorite sexual memory. So if they can tell you that, trust me, that gives you a lot of leverage right there of things to do next time with them. So it's like they're just giving you a cheat sheet right there. They're giving you an open book. This is what it is. They're giving you a playbook. So once they give you that, please do it again, all right? Do it again. I was talking to a couple, and we were having a conversation about intimacy, and the wife was saying that she actually tells her husband what turns her on and what she likes, but then he doesn't do it. So I'm like, wait a minute. Your wife tells you what she likes, but you don't want to do it. Why don't you want to do it? So one thing that I've discovered with men is that men love to be the one to have that initiative. They want to be the owner of it. They don't want their wife to get that glory that, oh, it was you that introduced me to this. It was you that told me to do this. So that's what the guy was avoiding. He didn't want to have that mentality, that mindset that my wife was the one that told me what to do. But even if she's telling you what to do for what satisfies her, why can't you do that? So, man, you gotta let your ego fly away. And ladies, I'm telling you, this is what happens to men. If you're telling them to do something and they're not doing it, it's because they don't want to hear that from you. They want to be the owner of that idea. So you got to find a way to slide that information to your husband. You got to find a way to slide that information to your husband so that it doesn't sound like you are the you are the originator of that idea. So you have to find a way to, and maybe it's asking a question, finding a way to indirectly pass that message to your partner. And so your partner can feel like, well, they'll take ownership of it, and this idea came from them. So that's one of the reasons why some men retract and they don't want to do what you are asking them to do, because you are going about it in the wrong way. And that is just men's mentality and ego cutting in the way. So I will encourage men, don't let your ego get in the way, especially in this sexual activity. If your wife tells you, this is how I love it, this is how I want it, touch me this way, hold my leg this way, spread my legs this way, handcuff me, whatever. Whatever your partner is telling you the way she wants it, please do it, okay? Please do it. Make it happen. All right, let me say one or two more things on this. What do I do that turns you on the most? That's another question, almost similar to what I just asked. But what do I do? Now it's asking your partner, what do I do that turns you on the most? What do I do that turns you on the most? So now that tells you as well what you've been doing that your partner likes. Okay? What you've been doing that your partner loves the most, that turns them on. Maybe it's the way you look at them. You never know. Maybe it's the way you touch them. Maybe it's your bad boy look. Okay? You never know. Maybe it's your bad boy look. And ladies and gentlemen, my ladies out there, okay, this is the question for you as well. Okay, maybe it's what you wear. Ladies sometimes just wear lingerie. Just wear lingerie around the house. You don't have to cover it up. No, you don't have to cover everything. Just wear lingerie. Just walk around with your lingerie. Oh, my goodness. Man, you're going to mess up your man's head. Even if your man is busy on the computer working, he's going to leave that computer for like 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Okay? That's some of the things that you guys can do around the house, especially during this time. You guys just lock yourself in a room. Or if your husband is in the basement, go and visit your husband in the basement. Yeah, surprise your husband in the basement while he's working. You know how you guys do it. You know how you shake it, and just open your shirt a little bit and your cleavage, and everything is popping, and it's just looking like watermelon, and it's just flashing. Hey, listen, I'm giving you some information right now, right? You need to there flaunt it, like my sister Moya said, flaunt what you got. Well, you should, some of you be looking good on Sunday, but you never look good during the week with your partner. But you've been looking good. What are you looking good for? To God? God ain't married to you. Or you looking good to all those other guys in church. God ain't interested in you looking good. You should be looking good for your partner. All right? So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you need to look good for your partner. Don't wait till weekend to start looking good. During this week, even, I know you guys are not going out to work or whatever, but, dress up too. That's another thing you can do. Just dress up. Your partner asks you where you going. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just right here next to you, and put on that makeup. Hey, you can reach out to my sister, Makeup by Afrik. Check her out on Instagram, Makeup by Afrik. Okay, she will give you tips, and you can see some of the videos that she's made, tips on how to put on makeup. So ladies, put on makeup. Like the other day, I just dressed. I mean, not really dressed up, but I dressed as if I was going out, as if I'm on vacation. I put on like a short pants, nice shirt, put it in, and then I got my hat on, looking like a fine boy. I mean, my wife was like, "Come on, boy, what is going on?" Oh, like goodness. Listen, I'm giving you guys some ideas. I'm giving you some ideas. All right. Here's another question. What's one of your secret sexual fantasies? Woo! What's one of your secret sexual fantasies? We all have fantasy. I'm telling you. We all do. We all do, or most of us do. Okay. And we may not have shared that. You may not have, talked about it with your partner, but here is a moment of the truth. Share this with your partner. What's one of your secret sexual fantasies? Maybe you guys can explore that together. As long as, it's something doable, and um, it won't open doors for another issue. Yeah, I'm talking about threesome. Okay, some people might say, "Oh, okay, we're talking about sexual fantasies. I've always thought about threesome." I ain't gonna do that. Okay, I ain't doing it, and I'm not gonna recommend you to do it. Okay, especially you married. All right, so, um, but as long as it's appropriate, yes, that's the right word. As long as it's appropriate, and that's something that you guys should talk about with each other, and also be reasonable. Okay, some things they may not be appropriate for you, and your partner says, "I want it," and if you think that it's going to cause health issue, whatever those things might be, or that thing might be, and you telling your partner is not understanding, this is the time that you need to get a relationship coach, or seek counselor, or talk to your pastor, to talk to you guys about this. Okay, to talk, because you want to enjoy your sex life, and you don't want to deprive your partner of intimacy. Okay, the Bible says you don't deprive each other of intimacy unless it's for fasting and prayer. Okay, so that means other things is good to do. However, you may not be comfortable with those things. So we have to apply wisdom and knowledge into this kind of area when we start to discuss sexual fantasies. All right. And the last question with this intimacy so far. You guys getting blessed? You loving this so far? You loving it? All right. All right. I'm loving it too. If you are loving it, let me hear you say yes. Let me hear you say yes, that you are loving it. Oris, you just joining. Thanks, my brother, for joining. Let me hear you say yes if you join. My folks on Facebook, don't be quiet on me now. I got people on IG going nice now. They keep it coming. They keep it coming. They keep it coming. What's going on? Tiki Davis, I see you, brother. What is happening? Robin, Dr. Lukaku, I see you. Okay, I see you. Deja Vu, I see you. I didn't like her for allowing me. I see you. Otuba, I see you. NJ, my people, what's happening? I see you, people. I see you. All right. Here's another question on intimacy. Here's another question on intimacy. Um, what do you wish we did more of in our sex life? What do you wish we did more of in our sex life? Okay. I like that question. What do you wish? Maybe there are other areas, there are things that we need to do more that we've never been doing. And that is very important to talk about. All right. What time is it? 9:52. All right, let me quickly get this out of the way so that you guys can have enough time to discuss some of the questions that I've been asking, that you should be having that dialogue with your wife. So if you have not um, written those questions down, please, I'm giving you another chance right now. Get a pen and paper while I go through the last two sets of questions, the last two areas, past and random. Past and random. That's another two areas of questions that you can talk about with your partner. Okay. So please, in a second, I'm going to be back with this. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back on Gfem Talk Show. Don Zagzy. Hey, what's going on, Shaggy? Oh, hey. All right. All right. All right, we're back. We're back on GTS GFM Talk Show. I'm still your host, Dr. Femi, and this is Pandemic Relationship Coaching. All right, so I'm going to finish up in the next couple of minutes. So let's talk about these questions real quick. We're going to talk about past. That's one area that you should be having conversation with your partner to get you to know your partner better, and then random questions. All right, so in your past, there's a question that you can write or ask your question. Write this down and ask your partner this question, and vice versa as well. What did you learn about marriage from your parents? What did you learn about marriage from your parents? I'll tell you this, that majority of the actions and the habits and how we behave in a relationship, they are learned traits. They are learned traits, and we learn them from how we grow up, from our environment, and the environment that is so close to us, our parents. And whatever we learned from them from childhood went down to our subconscious level, which is most powerful. And subconscious level is where most actions, most of how we act, how we react, how we behave, come from that area of that subconscious level. So it's important to understand that whenever you are acting somehow and that you've not been conscious about it, it's because of something that you've experienced in the past. Or the person is reminding you of something that you've gone through. It's something that you've learned from somewhere, past relationship or from your parents. So the way we act in a relationship, we always trying to inherit something from our parents. Sometimes you can look at your child. For those of you guys that have children, you can look at your child and say, "Oh, this child looks like me," or "This child looks like his or her mom." Or you can look at yourself and say, "Oh, I look like my dad," or "I look like my mom." That you resemble somebody, and also your behavior. Yeah, I'm sure probably when you are growing up, your dad or one of your parents could have told you the way you are acting is the same way your mom acts or the same way your dad acts. So you've inherited something, excuse me, from one of them or from both of them. So you want to discover that if you actually learned something great from your parents, if your parents were actually great role model for your relationship, because some of the issues you are having right now could have stemmed from what you gained from your relationship, from your parents, from what you learned from them. It could be that I'm just speaking on the surface now. If your parents had many children, okay, I mean many. If your dad had many wives, okay, you could have learned from them that, okay, maybe I don't want to go through the same thing as well. I don't want to have uh, many wives. So you've learned something that in your relationship you are not emulating the same thing. You're not practicing the same thing, and it could be something you learned from your dad. There was a time I was giving a coaching to one of my clients. She was dating this guy. Dating, they're not even married yet. And one day they got into an argument. And while during that argument, the guy got really mad. And the guy picked up an iron and was about to throw an iron at her. And she asked him, "Why did you want to do that?" And he said, growing up, if my parents were having conversation, my mom and my dad, if my dad was talking, my mom had no nerve to say anything back. So here he's having a conversation, having a heated argument with the girl that he was dating, and now because the girl has something to say, he got mad over that, and then quickly the subconscious level kicked in that, hey, my mom never said anything when my dad was talking, so let me use an iron to kind of let this girl know that, oh, you need to keep your mouth shut. So some things we do in a relationship, the way we behave in a relationship, is something that we've learned from our parents that went down to our subconscious level, not the conscious level, the subconscious level, that automatically we are acting like that. It's an automatic thing. It happens in an instinct like that. And to correct such thing, then you got to be in tune with your behavior. You got to be in tune with your action. You got to let your consciousness be awakened now to check yourself that, okay, I've learned something that I shouldn't have learned from my parents, or I learned something from my parents or from my past relationship that is not affecting me, that shouldn't be affecting me. So you guys talk about this. And once again, I said this earlier, when you begin to have this kind of sensitive conversation, it will unearth some deep seated emotions. Okay. It could bring, memories back. Be careful with them. At the same time, be sensitive and not be judgmental to your partner. Just be there for them to listen, because it's important to have this conversation, because this will allow you to get to understand your partner better and to be there for them if they are going through some things that you are not aware of. This is something that you should have talked about that you guys never explored. So that's why I'm bringing that to you to help your relationship. So what did you learn about marriage from your parents? Um, Another one is, what do you wish you could go back and tell yourself 10 years ago? This is like a lesson learned thing. This is something that could make you become a better woman, a better man, not just a better husband or even a better wife, is a better individual. What do you wish you could go back and tell yourself 10 years ago? Some of us, the way we lived 10 years ago, it was really bad. And it's really affecting our lifestyle right now, or has kind of drawn us back. Some of you, if you know me for many, many, many years, I used to throw parties. Some of my guys that we used to party together, they're online with me. What's up? What daddy? What's going on? Done sexy. I see you, brother. You guys can't hide. We used to throw parties back in the days. We used to have fun. I was never really a fan of drinking, but I had friends who drank. I had friends who smoked. Um, some of those things could have been hurting them now in their relationship. Who knows? So many things. So I got a few seconds left. Wow, I already spent another 1 hour. My goodness. So whatever it is, okay. My folks on Instagram. Oh my goodness. This 1 hour limit thing, man. Listen. Let's let me see if I want to do this again. Whew, my goodness. All right. Let me do this last one. Let me do this last one on Instagram. I should be done in 10 minutes, the most. I should be done. I just don't want anybody to miss out on this. I don't want anybody to miss out on this. All right. So almost done. All right. So what do you wish you could go back and tell yourself 10 years ago? If you could pick one year, if you could pick one year of your life to do over. And folks, if you are writing comments on Facebook, I'm really not seeing all the comments. Just in case you are writing comments, I'm really not seeing it. I don't know. I'm really not seeing it. Just in case you've written some comments that I've not talked about. And kindly share this video real quick. Kindly share it so that it can help somebody. All right. So if you could pick one year of your life to do over, which year will you pick and why? If you could pick 1 year of your life to do over, which year would you pick and why? Another question is, what's the best thing you inherited from each of your parents? Okay, so that's something that you can talk about. Uh, so what do you wish you could go back and tell yourself 10 years ago? All right. So now, last but not the least, this is the last set of questions and last area of topic you can have. This is random. This is random questions. So I'm just going to speed through this real quick so that I can give you guys some time back and have such conversation with your partner. So what is something that you've never admitted to anyone else? What is something that you've never admitted to anyone else? So that helps you to uncover that. Share one thing I have done this week that has made your week better. I love that. Share one thing I've done this week that has made your week better. So this is now a time where you feel appreciated for what you've done or what you are doing. And it tells you that your partner is paying attention to your deeds, to your action. And if you're not doing anything, your partner can tell you, hey, you're not doing, you've not done anything. Moment of truth. You've not done anything this week that has made the week better. That you have made my week better. Okay. So share one thing I've done this week that has made your week better. So that's very important. And can you remember what I was wearing when we first met? Oh, can you remember what I was wearing when we first met? I love that. That would just take you guys time back. Okay. This is like time machine going back to when you guys first met. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 months ago. When was that? So can you still remember what your partner was wearing when you first met? Yeah. All right. And lastly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous will you be if I started to look through your phone? Woo! How come I ended with such a tough question? But it's important to know, all right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous will you be if I started to look through your phone? That is to let you know, okay, whatever the response may be, that, okay, maybe your partner doesn't like you looking through their phone. And if you are doing that, it may make them feel like maybe you don't trust them. Whatever the reason may be, it allows you guys to talk about it. That is the reason why I'm bringing these questions up. To have something to talk about during your relationship, okay, during this time that you are quarantined, so that your relationship is not boring, it's not stale. You can enjoy it, and you can revive it. You guys can have chemistry again. You guys can have that connection again. You can be stronger together. That by the time you come out of this quarantine, you can say, wow, I knew my partner better. My partner knew me better. Our relationship was definitely came out stronger and came out looking more beautiful. And I could take care of my partner better. I know what my partner wants in this area. I know what has happened to my partner in the past. I know what they like. I know what I need to do to keep this relationship spicy and keep it going. All right. So those are all the information that I have for you tonight. As I round up, if you are not in on the 10 days water and vegetables challenge, I'm encouraging you to get with the program. I started this 4 days ago, and I've seen tremendous difference in my health, in the way I think, in what I do, and how productive I am. And I've seen a lot of people all over the world joining on this 10 days water 10 days water and vegetable challenge. It's really helping them. Okay, you want to stay fit, you want to feel good. We are talking about relationship. We talked about intimacy. You don't want to get too big that your partner can pick you up. Woo! Did I just go there? You don't want to get too big that your partner can pick you up, or you don't want to get too big that you cannot roll. Okay, all right, you want to be light. All right, you want to feel good, you want to eat healthy, okay, and you want to stay alive. You want to stay alive, so eating will help you stay alive more. Okay, but if you are eating bad food and you all those congestion in your body, cholesterol and all those fats, hey, you don't want to be in the hospital, especially during this time of coronavirus. So I'm really encouraging you to get with this 10 days water and vegetables challenge. We're already in the 4th day. If you have not started, then start yours tomorrow. You just need to eat vegetables for your 3 square meal. Okay, and if you want to skip one, maybe you skip breakfast, you can skip breakfast and just do lunch and dinner. Okay, but All you must eat is just vegetables, but you can add protein to it. But let the protein be light. Maybe you can add a little bit of fish, a little bit of chicken. Not a, maybe you don't even have like a big chicken, like shredded chicken, just a little bit, just to put it, make the salad colorful, and have some fruit as well. And then when you drink water, make sure you drink warm water with lemon. Let's just try this for 10 days and see what the change will be. And when you start your first day, make sure you weigh yourself and don't weigh yourself again until the end of the challenge. Don't weigh yourself again until the 10th day of the challenge. Trust me, you're going to see a tremendous change in your life. I've seen a lot of change, a lot of changes in my life, in my productivity and the way I think and the things I'm able to accomplish. And a friend of mine that actually joined this challenge with me. This guy loves to eat meat. If you join the program early on tonight, you would have heard him. He loves to eat meat, and I'm so surprised and stunned about his transformation and how he cooks these vegetables and different things that he's making. Man, it's really done well. So I'm encouraging you, don't give up. And if you have started, please don't give up. All right, do not give up. Your flesh might be leading you, might be tempted. Please don't give up. Continue doing it. And also encourage your partner to do it as well. If you guys can do it together, you can be able to fight temptation and you can be accountable for each other. And if you are not doing it and your partner is doing it, make sure you don't eat all those high carbohydrates and starchy food in front of them. Help them to, get away from temptation. God bless you. This is Pandemic Relationship Coaching every Thursday during this time of pandemic and the time that we are going to be quarantined in the house. I'm going to be bringing a lot of relationship topics to enhance and to grow your relationship journey with yourself and with your partner or partner to be. Thank you for joining me this evening. I appreciate it. Please kindly share this broadcast with somebody. Share this broadcast with somebody. Be a blessing into somebody's life so that they can love it and then they can gain information that can help them in their relationship as well. This is yours truly, Dr. Femi. And as you call me, GGG, Gfem. Sign out. Cheers to your improvement. One love, brother. One love.